Stop and Shop Auto Sales presents the Coach Rob Carter Show this morning, and Barry Strickland, Linebackers coach, joins us this morning. And Coach, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks
good to have you with us. It's an honor to have you today. And Sylacauga, big game tomorrow night, homecoming against Beauregard, and it's not just any homecoming game, is it?
No, it's kind of special for Coach Carter since he came from Beauregard last year. He's had a little more intensity at practice.
Is that a good word for it?
Yeah, it is. He's been a little more intense this week, and you know, we want to get the win. The kids.
You've been coaching a long time.
I have. I've been at Sylacauga for 23 years. Kind of been through Coach Blackman, Coach Walters, Coach Griff, Coach Zal. Now I'm with Coach Carter. So you know,
you got to love it, don't you?
I do. I do. It's a lot of fun.
And your son's over at BB Comer?
My son's at Comer. Steven's his second year at Comer. He is I really don't know what he coaches on offense, but he coaches linebackers on defense.
Y'all ever get together and talk about stuff?
We do. We talk all the time, and my wife will be at the house drawing up stuff on paper, and she'll go, "Why? You're off the clock." But it's just something we do. We've always done ever since he was little.
Yeah. What is it like being the father of a coach?
It's kind of tough. You know, I'm glad he followed in my footsteps and doing what he loves to do. But, you know, on Thursday nights when we don't play, I get to go watch him, and it's kind of hard sitting in the crowd listening to folks fuss about the coaches because my son's down there. Yeah. But he loves what he does.
We know it's kind of strange. You're at Sylacauga, and he's at BB Comer, and been rivals for years, even though they don't play each other in football now. But you did play in the spring. Anything special about that spring game?
It was neat playing against him. You know, somebody took a picture after the game of us hugging. He's all frowns, and I've got a big grin on my face. But he's a competitor. Always been a competitor, and it was just fun getting to compete against him. And he texted me later on that night, and he said, "Sorry I wasn't very cordial, I guess you would say." He said, "But you know me, I'm a competitor." And I said, "Hey, son, that's part of it."
Yeah, that's the way it is. And Barry Strickland, linebackers coach at Sylacauga High School. The Aggies host Beauregard homecoming tomorrow night for Sylacauga. Let's look back at the Tallahassee game and another big night offensively for the Sylacauga Aggies.
Tallahassee was Malik is a special back. Brayson does a good job directing offense, and you know, we just get things going on offense and clicking, and we do our job on defense stopping people. So
Hope's one of those special players, isn't he?
He is. Malik's got good vision, quicker than people think he is. He's just all around good kid. He doesn't say a whole lot. He's kind of a quiet leader. Kids follow him. He kind of directs traffic at practice when things are going bad. He just kind of softly and calmly, and he gets them back in order, and things click.
Sylacauga, and I was talking with Coach Fawcett earlier at BB Comer, and he was talking about the two games that they had lost to two ranked teams. Well, Sylacauga the same way, with losses to Leeds, who's ranked in the top 5, and then you got Clay Central, who lost for the first time a week or so ago. But, you know, these are two powerhouse football teams, so no slouches that Sylacauga's lost to.
That's what we tell the kids every day, you know. We're a good football team. We just lost to the number 2 or 3, whatever they are, and the number 5. You know, we just got to play our football and continue to do what we do.
Defensively, as a linebackers coach, what do you see with this Hornet offense that concerns you?
They're throw the ball well. Running game's good. It's just we just got to do our job defensively and fit the right gaps and do what we do, and we should be okay.
Talk about this linebacking core that you have.
I've got Hudson Hodges is my senior.
He's a good one.
He's kind of my leader. Then Bryant Waters is the other one beside him. Then I've got Logan Corbett, who also plays center. I don't get to use him a lot. I put him in against Tallahassee, and Coach Carter came on the headset real quick, said, "Hey, that's my starting center. Get him off the field." Then I've got a couple of young guys, Elijah Williams and Jay Dillard and Nijay Russell, who were 9th and 10th graders who were coming up. But right now, Hudson is the leader. He gets them set up, gets everything done. He's a little fiery, and Hudson started for me. I coached the defensive line when Coach Griff was here, and Hudson started for me as a defensive tackle in the 9th grade. So, Hudson's a go-getter.
Barry Strickland, the linebackers coach at Sylacauga High School, our guest this morning on Coach Carter's show. And linebackers, I've always heard linebackers are a different breed of people.
They are. You know, you got to have a little mean streak in you. You got to be a little different. You got to be tough. You know, you're kind of the quarterback of the defense. You know, you was talking about my son Steven a while ago. He was a linebacker, and he's a different cat. I mean, they're just, I wouldn't say crazy, but you just got to be a little different. You got to just.
That's a good terminology for it.
Sir.
That's a good terminology for it.
Just got to be a little different. Got to like to get people.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Offensively for Sylacauga, and I know you coach the defense, but you see the overall scheme of it every day. Sylacauga, what must they do against the Hornets for a happy homecoming crowd to go away tomorrow night?
Throw the ball, be successful in that, and let Malik do what he does. Let the running game, Malik and Kyron and Brownsfield, if he gets the ball, let them do what they do.
Coaching defense, you can see what kind of pressure a back like Malik Pope can put on the defense.
Oh yes. Yeah, you know, we're kind of running the scout defense while the starting offense is over there, and you see him do things at practice, you're going, there wasn't a hole there, but he just breaks one for 60. I mean, you know, it's just, like I said earlier, he's just got great vision and good moves, and he's just a great all-around ball player.
And your quarterback has grown so much this year. He got played last year, but he's really made strides this season.
He had. Brayson's really hard on himself. He can do something at practice and have a bad throw, and he gets frustrated with saying he wants to be perfect. And I think that's a good thing, but I also think it can hurt him at times wanting to be so perfect.
Going down the stretch, this is another region matchup tomorrow night against Beauregard. You still have most everything in front of you right now.
We do. You know, if we take care of business tomorrow night, take care of Talladega, take care of Hopeville, we'll be playing at home. Hopefully, Coleman plays at home. You know, Stephen and I were talking about that the other night.
Wouldn't that be a great problem to have?
Well, he goes, "How do we do that?" I said, "I assume we'll flip a quarter, and whichever one plays on Thursday will play on Thursday every night." I don't know how that'll be done, but you know, we just got to take care of. We got to take it one game at a time. We can't look ahead. We got to take care of business tomorrow night, take care of Talladega, and then it gets hopeful, and then it's a new ball game, a new season once the playoffs start.
A lot of festivities with the homecoming parade tomorrow, and all the former grads back in town and expecting a win. And how do you keep your kids focused defensively as a linebackers coach? How do you keep them in that box and say, hey, we got to win this football game?
You want them to have a good time. You want them to have fun, be a part of it. I think they've done a good job this week of just kind of knowing what the situation is and kind of wanting to get this win for Coach Carter. This group of linebackers, you know how they know what they have to do. They know they've got to fill their A gap. They got to fill their B gap. They're very fundamentally easy to teach, and they just want to go hit people.
Coach Strickland, a lot of people may not understand this, but these kids have to make split-second decisions.
No, they do.
You know, and they got to be able to change on the fly too.
They do. You know, that's one good thing about this group. Hudson and Bryant and Corbett too, they can get on huddle and we'll be at practice and they'll be calling out stuff they see on film that they have watched on their own and making sure everybody's where they're supposed to be, that I'm fixing to say it's fixing to come out of my mouth. So it's kind of like we're on the same wavelength, I guess. But, there's times they have to just act on the fly and make a play.
Of course, this homecoming tomorrow night for Sylacauga, and it's not just any homecoming with Coach Carter having won a state championship at Beauregard. Do you guys feel any extra pressure to, hey, we got to win this for Coach Carter?
Yeah, you do. You want, I guess you want to say you want to keep the boss happy, but it's like I said, he's been a little more intense this week at practice. And I think the kids sense it. And yesterday at practice, that was, hey, we're not going to lose this ball game. We're going to win this ball game no matter what. So it's the coaches. I think we're just we're going to do our jobs and let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah. Kind of a walkthrough day today with the game kick at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Homecoming parade at 3:45 downtown Sylacauga on Friday. Before we go this morning, Barry, what drives you as a football coach? I mean, you've been doing this many, many years.
I kind of want to be a father figure for some of these kids, just kind of put me on the spot there. Want to make an impact in their life. Want to try to guide them in the right direction.
Well, certainly, it's more than just football.
Oh yeah,
because many of them are not going to play at the next level.
That's right. It's relationships.
Yeah.
You got kids nowadays that need a male role model, and that's pretty much. You don't get into coaching for the money. I promise you that. I've been doing this a long time, and I'll see kids I coached 20 years ago in Walmart. Come up, hug you, hey coach, how you doing? And then that's what you do it for.
Got to make you feel good.
Yeah, you don't do it to fame and glory. As an assistant, that's not what you do it for. You just do it for the love of the game and love of the kids.
Last but not least, it would be a tremendous thing if both B.B. Comer and Sylacauga made the playoffs, hosted a first-round game, because you got flavor at B.B. Comer. You got a vested interest there with your son, and it would be neat to see that happen. But first things first, need to win this one tomorrow night.
Need to win this one tomorrow night. Have to win this one, and then the way we've got it figured, if we win, we don't want to lose any of them, but there's an iffy factor in there where you could slip up, but let's just take care of business and win them all.
Absolutely. Coach Barry Strickland, linebackers coach at Sylacauga High School. The Aggies hosting Beauregard tomorrow night, kick at 7 o'clock. Coach, always good to see you. Thanks for coming.
All right, thank you.
More Daybreak coming up. The Coach Rob Carter Show brought to you by Stop and Shop Auto Sales.